Last week we talked about Mathew Sluka and a few other redshirters, and kind of the ramifications of the NIL and how the process is going, and gonna kind of kill college football for what we know it to believe. Now, I don't think that's necessarily a completely bad thing, but a new thing and a new evolution. Today, we're gonna follow up on that UNLV team after they handled business against Fresno State. They got the Taj Mahal down there, or however they call him, a great quarterback out of Campbell. I misspoke last week. I also said that was a what's it called? HBCU. I believe that's just an FCS team. But we're going to get into that and get to more things there. So he seemed to put on a show. UNLV as a team seemed to put on a show. All I know is this situation is a lot messier. Today, we're going to look at like their game, their performance, how the team responded, a few choice words that the team had in direction at Mathew Sluka, and then look at the overall landscape of what NIL is looking like today. So first off, appreciate y'all watching these videos. Love the support recently. All the new viewers, y'all been phenomenal. Please leave a like on this video if you like it. Dislike it if you don't enjoy it, my man. And subscribe if you enjoy college football videos. Let's hop right into it. First things first, I saw this video, and I saw actually, and I owe this person that I saw a quote tweet of this video because I was like, oh, that was fire. He's signing what's it called, signatures. And then someone quote tweeted, he's like, yeah, that's crazy. Like 4 years ago, the NCAA would have sniped him if they saw him doing this. Like, this would have ended his academic collegiate career. This could cause sanctions on teams, Heisman's being lost. And now we're just doing it out in the open. So before we go into the negatives of the NIL, I do want to make sure that you know that I am not a negative proponent of the NIL. I think it's so amazing that these kids get opportunity to cash out and get the money for their relatively short athletic careers, because everybody's athletic careers seem to pan out a little differently. So being able to take that advantage is elite. But just doing this small stuff, signing signatures. I think we forget that this was a federal offense under the old regime of the NCAA. So we do have to acknowledge some of the positives here. This is just a guy signing shirts for fans, dog. I mean, I know they're about to sell them for $8 trillion, but at the end of the day, man, it is what it is in the chicken west. Let's hop right into UNLV's Ricky White III asking media members to contact Circa owner Derek Stevens regarding a $100K NIL offer. So if we don't know, the last update we had about Mathew Sluka was that there was a local business in Las Vegas, I believe a casino owner, and they offered up the $100K for Mathew Sluka to stay and not sit and not redshirt, to keep going. And clearly, when we saw the team's reaction to Mathew Sluka going ahead and sit and dine, it didn't really seem like they were much behind him. So let's take a peek at this, and then we're going to have our comments and concerns.
Please, I would ask that somebody reach out to the Circa CEO and ask him to that $100,000 that he wanted to donate. Oh, give it to our O-line, please. They did a great job tonight. Please.
Now that's real. Now I don't think you could hear that, but what he was saying, because it was so, I don't know why it was so low. I thought it was me. Basically what he was saying was, because that Circa CEO was talking about giving that $100K just to Mathew Sluka, he said, yo, why don't you give it to the big boy, big bad, big belly bad boys? How about give it to some of our fat pandas who's been handling business? And when we get into these stats of this game, you're gonna see why. You could have put me back there at quarterback. Them big boys was moving bodies against Fresno State. So if you're an UNLV fan, be very happy. Y'all are the number one when it seems to be the group of five man to slide into the playoffs. Oh, how it seems right now. So we'll see how the season pans out. Y'all seem like y'all have a wagon, but interesting to see what this is. And the comments are kind of on Sluka's bum too. Sluka wasn't throwing Ricky the ball. He happy now. And Ricky White is one of the wide receivers, the standouts. White could have easily went to a Power 4 school and got a bag, but he stayed at UNLV. Respect. Can I say something? I don't respect that. I don't think that's cool thing. Do that in high school. When you get to the collegiate level, this is now professionals. I'm so tired of people reminiscing about a time that used to be. I know you used to enjoy when people got paid under the table instead of just getting paid out front. But now that these players actually have leverage, let's not try to throw people under the bus and say they gave up on teams and X, Y, Z. Now, you probably should have got it in writing, Mr. Sluka. You messed up there. But it's not giving up on a team if he knows that he can get some bread. All right, there's money. This is real life implications, and I don't understand how the team spirit comes above getting $100,000. But it's never going to be like that for me, and it shouldn't be like that for you unless you got your bread, unless your family's okay, unless you have no reason to have that and fight for that, especially when you're playing a dangerous game like football, where you probably should be compensated for the amount of money you generate, especially in Las Vegas. But hey, man, if we're gonna act like a business, be like a business. You know what I'm saying? I'm so sorry that y'all want people to be all rah rah and Rochambeau about stuff, but at the end of the day, UNLV's 4-0. Ranked number top 25 for the first time in program history. First time ranked in program history. So the business continues. Like this is what I mean. It's next man up. Everybody talks about next man up, next man up. If Mathew Sluka sits down, guess what? The goddamn Maj Mahal, or is it what's his name? Is it Maj Mahal? What do they call it? What do they call him? What do they call him? The Haj Mahal. We're gonna get into some of his highlights too. Is absolutely slinging it around the town. So I don't want to hear people trying to say that he's a quitter. Nah, he wants his bread, and he's more focused on money. I don't think that's a bad thing. I also don't think it's a bad thing to want to stay for your team. I don't think it's a smart thing though, especially if you're gonna take a few smacks to the head, and you know you're at UNLV. You know how many NFL players UNLV pumps out. It's not a lot. So you know you probably should be in the city, in Sin City. You probably should be prioritizing to get a few bucks. That's all I'm saying. But at the same time, look how they've handled business. Look at where they are. Look at the Mahal. Let's get to the. I don't know why we're not looking at the box score of this game, UNLV, because I want to show you the true impact of how it was impacted in the impactful way. They manhandled Fresno State, which was also another a decent group of 5 team people were talking about coming in. But here it is, the man, the myth, legend. We already watched that. Haj Malik Williams, 182, 3 tutters, 12 carries for another 119 and another tutter. The kid went crazy. Shout out to the boys over there at Fresno. Actually, I'm about locking it with my head. You got Mikey Keene going 27 for 41, 316, 1 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So UNL, them Rebels were flying around on defense. Ricky White, the gentleman we talked about, I mean, he was the only receiver getting the ball. So I understand why he's happy. 2 of the 3 touchdowns went to him for 127 yards. Moving absolute bodies, dog. Moving bodies. And then you go into the team stats. You can see the third down efficiency coming from UNLV. Actually, not that bad. I was expecting a little better. Fresno State actually got a 4th down on these boys. 450 total yards. Just spanked them and whooped them in a lot of different ways. So don't worry, UNLV. Y'all are in great hands. And let's go ahead and check out the hands that we're talking about, because I can't show you the actual thing, but I want to show you the level of play that these UNLV Rebels are getting at quarterback. Mr. Haj Mahal out of Marietta, Georgia. He's obviously, you could see it if you watch the game. The dude can wiggle, he can spiggle, but he can also throw a pretty good ball out there, right? He's got enough arm to get the job done. He's no slouch when it comes to that. And I got to be honest with you, when he's in that pocket, he's not just even though he's a very effective runner, he's not just somebody who's looking to run. He's very comfortable in that pocket, and you can see him unleashing missiles at the high school level. Just imagine he's wearing a little bit of red. Okay, he's running around doing it, but I'm telling you, he's doing it. He's putting it in places in amazing spaces. Look at this ball over the top. Godly, just terrorizing high schoolers, terrorizing high school DBs. Look at that rope. Look at that rope. Rolling right, looking left, trusts out all down the field. Great catch. Great catch. He's looking. He's operating. He steps up in the pocket. He still keeps his eyes downfield, but then starts torn. Whoa. I'm sorry. What are you doing, son? This dude's getting demoted. I love high school football. Watch this play the entire time. While my camera completely lit. Look what he does. Yeah, that's not that man said, I ain't gonna front with you. I ain't even gonna front with you, homie. That's a loaf, son. That's what I like to call a loaf, son. But look, we get it. The kid is absolutely phenomenal. I believe he's in his 4th year. A little recap here on the whole Sluka situation. This sign was hilarious. Hey, Sluka, it's UNLV, not UNILV. Hey. That's hilarious for 47-year-olds. Who's the Sluka now? And I know I talked about it. I don't like people trying to dance up and down on Matt Sluka because he wanted to get his value. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is to me, and in all seriousness, you're gonna in life, in the world, other people, you're gonna have to make decisions, and especially for your life, you're gonna have to make decisions that are gonna look really stupid at first, but because they're long-term, big picture decisions, it might seem dumb in a week. It might seem dumb in 3 months, but in 4 years, when he has his extra year eligibility, and maybe someone does give him that 100K because, I mean, just him sitting down caused somebody to want to throw some money at him. So I don't see why he wouldn't be able to get a little bread, especially if he wasn't getting the money that he deserved. So in the long haul, people are going to call you crazy. In the long haul, people made fun of Joey and Nick Bosa, the way they handle things, and they're in the NFL. They made fun of Caleb Williams sitting out of the ball. He's in the NFL. He's a first round pick. People made fun of Marvin Harris for not doing combine stuff. He's in the NFL balling. What are we talking about? All of these people want to keep the sanctity of the game and make these young adults feel bad for making millions upon millions for these schools, and then just being handed a terrible education, barely a place to live, plenty of food though, and fire uniforms, and they're just supposed to be happy about it. Bro, break these boys off a little bit of that manion, man. That's all I'm saying. But I also think them big fat pandas, them offensive linemen, they deserve a little more money, and a lot more money. I think typically quarterbacks they usually take care of the big boys. Obviously, if you don't take care of the big boys, you ain't gonna get taken care of. But can we get some more just offensive line, some more fat panda NIL stuff, huh? Look out for those guys. All right, continue this. The sights and the sounds. And you could really tell, these are some great pictures. You could really tell the, the level of excitement, the level of intrigue, the level of intensity that UNLV played with. So Eric Harper had quite a week, but by Saturday, 12 at noon, the UNLV athletic director had a deal for UNLV to stay in the Mountain West Conference with his athletics departments on solid financial ground, plus a new starting quarterback on the Rebels football team after the previous starting quarterback said he was stiffed by UNLV at a $100,000 payment. It was a fun week, Harper quipped. And again, they also had another running back sit, seemingly due to carries, not due to NILs. Again, doesn't seem like they needed that running back either. Here we go. Continuing on, Harper wants UNLV to draw national attention, but not for a former quarterback who claimed owed him over $100,000 transferring from Holy Cross to the Rebels in 2024. Sluka left after the UNLV football team this week, hoping to cash in on NIL deal at another school. Harper declined to discuss the Sluka case, but he said the UNLV quarterback Campbell transfer Malik Williams is capable, more than capable, apparently. Sluka and Williams battled to the end, Harper told, with players drawing cash from collectives financed by college boosters. It seems to be odd the issue of non-payment would surface at UNLV, where Sluka claimed to assistant coach reneged. I can't spell or talk. Reneged on a $100,000 payment. Harper agreed to LVSports.biz that the national football audience did not have the Sluka caper on its bingo card. Williams is doing just fine against the Bulldogs, who scored on a scamper to give UNLV a 7-0 lead in the first quarter. Before UNLV blocked the Fresno State punt, Rebel star receiver Ricky White ran the ball into the end zone for a 14-0 lead. Update after UNLV's blowout win of Fresno State to go 4-0 this season. Rebels head coach Barry credited the team's leadership. Fantastic for focus on today's game and not letting the week's off-field distraction of Sluka leaving the team distract them. They got it done. Odom also read a statement about Sluka's departure and allegations and even the national media's reaction. Odom said UNLV compiled with all applicable rules and said many expressed strong opinions without full knowledge of Sluka's departure. Odom also did not mention Sluka by name in his statement. Not very happy. UNLV post-game presser ended with star receiver quipping that Circa Hotel Casino, like we were talking about, UNLV supporter Derek Stevens, who offered to give UNLV $100,000 to keep Sluka in Las Vegas, should instead give the $100,000 to them fat pandas, and they deserve it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a crazy, wild world of NIL, but shout out to them Rebels. They're locked in. This is just funny that they have a this is their turnover celebration, by the way. I don't think they still do it, but one of their turnover celebrations. wild world we live in. NIL is going to deteriorate what we think college football is, but evolution is evolution. You cannot create something unless something's destroyed. That is the beginning of creation, is destruction. When a star explodes, all that mass comes together and builds another star. That's just the way it is. Circle of life, yada, yada, yada. Welcome to the new landscape of college football where the money's going to have to be spread around. But we'll see if Matt Sluka's decision really pans out for him. But hey, man, you get in the comments and let me know any issues that you have with NIL. How do we fix NIL? How does NCAA get ahead of these things? Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you supporting. Subscribe if you enjoy college football content. Leave a like on this video if you like it. Dislike if you don't like it. And we will see you next time the sun shines.